Look at that. Doesn't that look like it just wants to crash? Doesn't that look like a crash right there? Right? I mean, I'm just looking at this thing, and from here, right to here, it's down 27%. 27% in 6 days. Okay, so imagine if there's like liquidity, there's like a liquidity problem, and for some reason she has to start bailing funds, selling stuff. And then how she's very transparent. I even get the email. You can sign up on arc.com or whatever the website is to get the transactions, the buy and sells. So imagine that she what's that word I'm looking for? Oh, okay, right. She got gosh, I can't even speak today. What's that word I'm looking for? Okay, you can see the trade, right? Transparency. Gosh, all right. So they do transparency every day, so you can actually imagine it shows her just starting to liquidate, selling things like Tesla. She's been buying Tesla all the way down, but Tesla's been dropping 5-7%. So it's like, I think she's doing the right thing, but the market's just not cooperating. But anyway, but suppose, I don't know, can that happen? I know it can happen with like mutual funds and stuff like that if there's too many redemptions. Remember there was a time, when was that, 2008 or something? Was it even the Corona crash where they said you can't sell, you can't liquidate? Suppose things like that happens, and then that will really get the market scared, and then we're just going down like crazy, so a lot of people was in it. So the number one fund, see, this is what I'm saying. I was kind of saying in my videos, you won't stay number one for all. Who knows? It's still early yet. Maybe it turns around and she got a new plan. But the number one usually goes to somewhere along the bottom. All right. So now, look, if you look at here, you can see the market trying to make a little comeback. So what did I do today? Getting crushed. I was in Peloton. All right. I had this. Wow, man. Gosh, this thing right here. If you're a Peloton fan, down 42%. I think Mr. Jerry, I think I read a post. Did you get on my YouTube and said you sold some of this or whatever? I don't know. I like the support right here. I had a 150, 200 call spread that expired in January over here somewhere. So I decided I bought back the 200s. I made like 5,000 on the way down. And if this thing could bounce up even close, I can make the money back on the way up. So I'm hoping that works. If it keeps going down, it's not going to work. I just been doing things like that. I've been actually doing what Kathy has been doing, just kind of getting in deeper, if you know what I mean. And that was for me, just adjusting some of the option positions. So I like spreads. I have some straight calls on, which I'm getting totally crushed on, but most of my trades are spreads. And so as it goes down, and if it goes down too much, I just buy that short call back, and just buy it back for pennies on the dollar for the most part. And you don't milk that dry, and then hopefully you get a bounce back, and that's the trade of the century if it works out. So that's what I did when Facebook was going down, made a lot of money on that. That's how I know how to handle it. But if it keeps going down, it's even worse. It doesn't work out, so you do need a bounce. But that's if you want to stay in a position. The one thing to do is just to get out, just to be out. And I think you said that as well, Mr. JRH. I think it's you. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I just read a comment before I started this video. Gosh, what was I gonna say? Well, you said, yeah, I just got out. I'm just gonna wait. I made enough money, something like that. And that's true. You could just kind of chill. But I don't know, man. How far do we go down from here? I don't know. I mean, it seems I'm still kind of, I would say kind of bullish, because this is like a correction. I mean, there's a lot of stock that's in bear market territory right now. And that you saw ARK, the biggest fund, was one of them. That's bear market territory. How about CrowdStrike? This is a stock I was in and out of. And so, this one, let's pull up this. And this is what this is down 25%. That's bear market territory, right? Way past correction phase. So I think, I don't think this is going to go on too much longer. I mean, there's a lot of great deals. Like, it's starting to look like the pandemic shakeout in March. Remember, that was down 40%, I think 35 to 40%. So, I mean, some of these stocks are down like that. Facebook is actually hanging in there. I'm actually shocked. But what's that one stock? Shoot, I can't think of it. Here's Microsoft. Look at this real quick. Microsoft has actually been a troop. This thing doesn't go down, right? Oh, I know. Here's NVIDIA, the stock I'm in. Look at the break right there. Look, I mean, this thing was just the other day was at 600 plus, and it's down 21%. So that's in a bear market. Just entered it. Look, it broke it's for the most part, it's right at support, but it looks like it kind of broke it. We'll see where it closes today. But just trying to see if it bounces. Looks like it might bounce here. But this is a great deal. They came out with a great earnings report. They were saying, like, we don't need to buy ARM. If ARM deal doesn't go through, we'll be fine. They're making all kinds of money. And they really jumping in feet first, or is it head first? Whatever, into the AI, right? I mean, and that's what the future is all about. If you're into the EV cars and all that stuff, I mean, NVIDIA is going to be where it's at. And I don't know why the stock is. I mean, everything is acting up. It's not even that. Like Snowflake, I had a great call on this trend line breakout, but it came right back down. And today, today the vol was insane. I mean, look at that. It went down. That was like down 10%. It popped before popping up. It went down 10. And then from that low went up 17. And then from there back down to low is another 10%. So if you're a day trader, you had a ball in Snowflake, right? You made all kinds of money if you could sit there and trade that. I'd suck at day trading. I can't even get in and out of positions. I'm trying to time it at the top. I can't do that. So that's why I say most of my stuff is long-term. This thing is still positive. So I actually do think it was a bottom. That action is a bottom-like action to bounce, go down 10% and bounce and go up 10%. So we'll see what happens here. It's already at the low. I mean, these guys are losing all kinds of money, these guys, but the growth is insane. So hopefully that money issue reminds me of Uber. Hopefully that money issue straightens out because these guys got incredible growth. Oh, there she is, babe. She says, please hit the subscribe, of course. All the experts are quiet. I know. You know what I wanted to say the other day? That because I basically listen to CNBC all day, and I read, any interesting articles, maybe on the CNBC site, Yahoo Finance, FinViz, whatever. Anything, if it pops up on my phone, it sounds interesting, I'm reading it. It's funny because Google knows what I'm interested in. Now, that stuff just comes right in front of me, in my face. Does it do to you? So, like today, they'll be like, oh, yeah, man, I got to sell. You can't be in these stocks. I told you, blah, blah, blah. Tomorrow it could be up 600. Oh, man, this is great. I told you, don't worry about anything. You just got to buy the tech stocks. These are the growth. These are the companies of the future, to abandon them and blah, 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 blah. Then the next day is down. It's like, man, it's all about the economy. You have to, you have to get out of those growth stocks and you have to kind of buy the industrials. And, they just kind of flip with whatever which way the wind is blowing. This is the way they going. So you almost can't. This is why you have to have your own what's the word again? Your own thesis. You have to have your own. You have to think for yourself. Now you could take some of the stuff that they say, put it in a puzzle, and just kind of get the overall picture. But you have to have your own plan for the most part, because these guys, they just talking whichever the way the wind is blowing, that's the way they're blowing. And you're right. You said it. Yeah, the experts are quiet. They're getting crushed. I mean, if you're long, you're getting crushed. There's nowhere to hide. Look at that heat map, right? There's nowhere to hide if you're long. I mean, you're not just going to be long. I'm all my shit's in Google. All right. So you got something, there. You're making money in Google. Charter Communications, United Health, Humana, Anthem, Gilead, Mondelez, Exxon, Chevron, Coca-Cola. Those are stocks. What did I name? Like 10? Waste Management and Insight. That's it. I basically named all the stocks. A lot of the utilities are up because they're going for safety there. makes you think it ain't gonna end anytime soon. So yeah, that's it. So you said you're waiting on Friday near the close and buying stocks in Apple, Tesla. And you know what? And if you're long term, I still worry about Tesla. I gotta be honest. I didn't mean to say I gotta be honest. I hate when people say that because what was you gonna tell me a lie? Let me be honest. Huh? I always tell the truth. All right. Anyway, I just feel that I don't know. I just feel that it's going lower. You know, yeah. I don't know, but hey, I put it this way: if you're long term into Apple, Tesla, those kind of stocks, and you long term, just buy it, and go to bed. Forget about it. These stocks will eventually be higher. If you're in options now, you're fighting time, and this is what sucks about options. And also, a lot of mines. That's why I always trade out. See, if I was closer, I would have been getting. Oh my gosh, my options would basically been zero. So this is why you have to buy those. I know they're expensive, but buy them options that's way out there in years. You have plenty of time. It doesn't really affect it that much. And you get on the upside, you get the gains, but you just don't get the losses as fast because you have time. But yeah, look at this PayPal. I mean, PayPal down 25%. When PayPal was trading up here, it broke out and it was like 298, hitting 300. Would you have thought, man, you could buy PayPal for 235 a couple of days later? If I said, hey, man, when it was trading at 300, how would you like to buy PayPal for 235? You'd be like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, I'm all in. Well, now it's 235. So it's time to buy it. I think it's a great buy. I've been looking at my positions every day, trying to swap out of the shitty ones and getting more deeper into the good ones. But I've been in some shitty stocks this week. Put it this way, I have some good ones. I take that back. Let me be honest. I take that back. The stocks that I had more conviction of, where the portfolio was, where I had more money in, basically a bigger position, those stocks sucked. And the stocks where I had average positions to small, those were great picks, but I just didn't have the big money in there. So the stocks I had the big money in, just terrible, bro. So that's what bothers me. And one of those stocks is, them because I talk about them all day. I don't talk about a lot of stocks, but this is one of them, man. Look at that. I got in and everything was to plan, right? I said it was going to break out. It's going to break out strong, but the fake out. And remember, I always said if it doesn't do it, it comes down hard the other way. And there it is. But for some reason, I thought after hearing the earnings report, I thought that, what? This thing is going to just get back in range and chop sideways some more. I didn't think it would just break through. Look, it was like no support at all. All of a sudden, it just broke through and like, hey, look, I'm down here now. I'm up here. No, I'm down here. So $600. You're like, hey, man, you want to buy NVIDIA for $490? You're like, hell yeah, give me that NVIDIA for $490. Well, now you could buy it for $490. And put this one in the drawer and just hold it forever. But if you look at that monthly right there, that doesn't look good at all, right? Remember, the month is still drawing. This month just started. So that candle has a lot of drawing to do. But if you look at that, you'll say, oh my God. If you really look at that, that's the next level way down here, like 300. We're coming down to another 200 points. So it's like no resistance. Oh, so sorry, no support coming down. Look at that. Just I'm gonna come down right there. Another one I was in, and maybe I was in too many chips, is AMD. Not kind of heavy. Look, this one is not. It's still in range, right? So it's down 4% today. 77. AMD was pushing up against 100. It's another story. Hey, man, you want to buy AMD for 77? Remember when it was ripping because Intel was failing? It's in that range. This is that pop right here when Intel says, oh, we got a shitty company. None of our stuff sells or works. buy AMD. When the video came out and said that, that's when this thing basically jumped from 50 up to like 85, damn near in what, a couple of days, a couple of weeks. So it's starting to get back into that range. It looks like it's a good buy here, you know. See, the thing is, we don't know where they're going to stop. We could put out these estimates, support and resistance, and no one knows. I mean, you know, look, I showed you in the video. See how I just cut through all that support? You just find these next levels. You could just wait until it bounces at one of the support days, but that's what it did when we was down at 600 points. Remember? I'm sorry, up. And I was like, wow, what a bounce. It was strong. I swear that heat map was one of the strongest green heat maps I have ever seen. Everything was bright red. I'm not even sure if there was anything down that day. And to give that back into that was a bear market rally, right? If you notice these rips, right? So now he's selling rips. The rips are getting sold. And the bear market, you know, is buy the dips, right? It's soon every time we dip, it was right back up. And now you get these pops and they're selling into it hard. So that's kind of a sign of a bear market. I guess that's where I got the title from. I'm sorry. You said, yeah, I got DraftKings. I got the 60 to 90 call spreads on them. Bought the 60, sold the 90. Expired January 22. I was in deeper, but I changed. I took profits on that one, and I lost a lot of money early on. I made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, made it back. But I'm in the 60 90, the 60 90s, I think. You said you just put a trade on PayPal, 260, 280 call debit spread, 121. You mean the 121.22, I think. Cost 660. Let's see if it gets filled. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Anyway, yeah, 260, 280. I mean, what is this? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. You got 9 months, right? You got 9 months to see what happens. I don't know if you're gonna get filled, but we're definitely gonna get a bounce. I mean, you should, if you get filled, you should make money on a bounce. I mean, this thing's not gonna just keep going straight down. I mean, people want to own this one. PayPal. I mean, this one. I think this is a great buy there. I'm in PayPal too. I have some kind of call spread on, kind of like yours, Mr. JRH, somewhere out there on that. One thing that is bothering me, I like to go far out. This is where I feel I messed up too. And for the most part, most of my trades were put on last June. So I thought at the time I was far out, but I had another January to go. I could have went out even further. And I got a lot of trades that's going to expire in January 21. So I think, you know, I should have went out even further. That kind of bothers me, but I still got some time. I feel that the trades that I put on 2 years out or even longer, like 700 days or whatever, they was the wrong trade because the market was going up so fast. So I didn't make as much money as I could. So I started doing spreads. I started shorting. I was like, I'm not going to go out 2 years. I'm just going to go out a year and a half. And I started doing that and I was making great money. And then boom. So this is happening. So now I'm not making great money. But if I would have stuck to my game plan and just keep buying the spreads that's way out, I wouldn't even be worrying about this today. I wouldn't even be making a video. I'll just be like, oh, no big deal. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I like. I mean, when time is on your side with options, it's really not that bad. Okay. Yeah. I got all of that. You said Neo numbers. Yeah. Did you see Neo? I mean, I had some calls on Neo not along when it was popping. And I got rid. I mean, this thing just wasn't acting right, especially when all the other EVs were acting right. So I got out. I think I bought it somewhere around there, maybe that, and then it just wasn't acting right. So I was like, I'm out of here. And look at, sure enough, this thing is trading at 39. Probably a good place to get in. Look at that right there, right? So even though the stochastic is just point, stochastic don't look right. But the way that looks, it looks like it wants to go lower. Can you all see? I can even see the screen. Looks like it wants to go lower, but it might bounce right here, right? So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. I mean, I can't bring up anything that looks well besides Google and Mike. I mean, they look real well good. Look at Google. I mean, that thing is like you wouldn't even know what's going on by looking at that chart. It tells you this thing really wants to go higher. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. It was up there at 2140. I mean, it is down 150 points. So there is some life there. Let me see if I measure that. That's down 7% from the high, so Google. I'm in some Google spreads, by the way. Here, for instance, like I was telling you a trade I was in, I put it too long. I sold 3 of the fifth. I sold the 1500 put spreads into 1480, 20 point wide. I sold them. That's way down here. Now I'm safe. I'm not worried about it. I'm not thinking about it. I don't think Google's going back to 1500. If it does, I deserve to lose all that money. But there's so much time in that trade. It's not making that much money, even though the thing is trading 500 points higher. So, every day it's making a little bit of money. It's like a safe trade for the most part. I'll just kind of I won't let it expire, but I'll let it get way down there. And it's making money almost every day just because as it gets closer to expiration. But you see what I'm saying? So I should have put that trade on with maybe a year left. I put it on like 2 years out. Like, man, Google's going to be over 1,500 in 2 years from now. Look, in just a couple months, it's at 2,000. So I should have been a little closer in, but it's still a great trade. I'm going to double my money. I know it. I wouldn't have put it on unless I did. When I go out that far, I'm looking to double or maybe make more of my money. So I could take 50% a year. And that's what I'm talking about, man. You do 50% a year, do trades like that, it will make you rich in no time. Quick. About 7-8 years, you'll be around that million. What's an EV ETF? DRIV's one. Drive. That's an EV, autonomous EV ETF. Another one that's kind of is lithium, right? I think these should go hand in hand because every single EV needs lithium, right? That's what you need. and there's a lithium shortage even. Looking at the stock, you wouldn't think there's a shortage, but there's a shortage. Remember, Elon said, hey, we need more lithium, make lithium. So, and you could see how it just went straight up from basically, what is that, around 19, 20, up to 70. So the stock chart tells you we need lithium. Okay. But it's in correction mode. This is something to keep an eye on to get in, when it turns around. But down 6.44% today. Just looking, So there's another drive. There's another autonomous EV. So drive is the main one, I think. And that's DRIV, right? Not of it's down 3.51. Not bad. Not bad knowing that Tesla, because Tesla is probably the number one holding, is down 4.86. Right. So I just been looking at, okay, so ARK is kind of was down 7%. Yeah, so this is why I pulled the video up, just looking at ARK and just like, man. Oh yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. So the hot hand, imagine it became responsible for the market liquidation, meaning, for the market sell-offs. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a story? Where it's just greed, because she was doing so good. Names up in lights. Everyone knows the ARK funds and dumping their money in. I forgot what she started at, 20 billion, 10 billion or something, and wound up being an 80 billion, 90 plus billion fund. My numbers could be wrong, but it was it was a lot. It was a big difference, tenfold or whatever, making all kinds of money. So everyone's in there, where you don't have to worry about buying and selling. You just let her do it. It's an ETF. You just let her run the ETF. You make the money, and then the same person is responsible for everyone losing all their money. You know what I mean? So wouldn't that be a story? And I hope it doesn't come true. I root for her. But it goes to show you, you made all of those gains because you was in every single hot stock, and that's probably not. I don't know. I don't know if you want to have a portfolio that basically, as you see, they all trade the same for the most part. So anyway, it's taking a bounce. Maybe she's buying right here, right? Look at that volume. I'm looking over here too. Oh, y'all can't see that, man. Let's pull up the minute. There you go. It's a bounce right here. See some volume coming in. Maybe that's her. But she can't buy her own fund. Anyway, I don't know what's going on. I look at Tesla because even though that's the number one holding. I know she was buying Palantir. By the way, I have some of that. Oh, it's up today. All right. My Palantir trade is, I don't know which chain it is. Maybe this April 1st. I sold some puts on it. I sold like a 26 for $4 or $5. I can't, and I sold like a 33. It never went up that high, but I'm almost willing to own it there. And I just got a shitload of premium. And I forgot. I think that 33 was gonna bring my cost down to 22 or something like that. And mostly it's in the money. I can't remember which strike it is though. I'm not going to take possession of the stock. I'm just going to sell it again, so it just keeps selling at 33. So that's a plan on that. But yeah, I just sold that. I sold some 23s. I sold like 4 puts on that. And I'm just going to keep selling them. Not take possession. I could take possession and just sell calls, but I'll probably just sell out and sell the put again and just kind of do that way. So Global FM. You said you're looking at Drive, and I like it. That may be the way I play the EV market. Yeah, you could just have whatever percentage of your portfolio that you want in the EV market and let her handle it. I mean, remember, you got, that has some Tesla. Let's see if we could pull it up. Let me see. Let's click this one. That's the ad. Got to make Google some money if you own it. Scroll down, and here's the holdings. At least what are these? The top 10. I could do full holdings here. 3.5% in Alphabet, 3.5% in Intel. I kind of don't like that one. Anyway, 3% in Microsoft. Hey, I thought we was talking about cars here. 2.8 in Apple, 2.7 on Toyota, 2.5 in Qualcomm. Tesla, look, 2.29. I wonder if that's a recent change because as of 3/3, as of yesterday, says, because damn, really only going to be 2. I mean, Tesla's going to be your 8th hold. They don't feel too I mean, they got more Toyota than they got Tesla. And this is what I mean as far as I don't know. I mean, Tesla is going to have a lot of competition, and we might not be talking about Teslas like that next year. We might be talking about Toyotas and, Apple and the Hyundai car, the Kia car, whatever they're going to be building. And so just a lot of competition coming. GE. Right. So I don't know if I like this one. Baidu. Honeywell. See, they just be buying shit to fill up the ETF to be diversified. Oh man. Lear? Don't they make jets? Cabot. Some Plug Power, 0.79, not even a percent. Livent, not even a percent. Got some Harley Davidson. Is there going to be autonomous motorcycles? I don't think so. Oh man, autonomous ETF. Just said EV. There's another one. Is that it? Autonomous. There's one called Moon. Oh, that's the like drones and all that shit. I'm trying to think of the iDrive, self-driving ET. Let's look at that one. Let's see what's in iDrive. iDrive ETF holdings from iShares. All right, so the other one was from what? Global X ETFs. Let's go to the portfolio. Intel, the number one holding. Okay. I mean, is Intel doing something I don't know about? Samsung, Alphabet, Tesla, the number 4. It's weird. These used to be, I'm telling you, I think there's a change. I could have sworn, because I did research on these some time ago, and I mean, Tesla's damn near was the number 1 in every portfolio. Now this is showing number 4, still 4%, than Toyota. So the other ETF had more Toyota than Tesla, than Apple, Daimler, NVIDIA. I like that. I don't think the other portfolio had NVIDIA at all. At least in the top 10 there. General Motors, AMD, Analog, DuPont, Eaton, Semi, Ford. I think I like this one better. This is some of the holdings. And I like the weights. The other ones seem a lot more diversified. But in this one, Intel is the biggest holding. So just kind of do what I did, search, EV ETFs. That's why you got to look at the holdings, by the way. If you're looking for something specific, if you just don't care and you want them to run it, just pick one. Look at the fees, of course, right? Is this one expensive? Because Cathie Wood's funds is like 0.75%. This one's 0.47. That's way better. Still high. And you remember, I think you, Mr. Jerry, didn't you kind of emulate these guys' portfolios with the, what's the name of that place? With that one company. Well, I can't even think. I'm telling you, I'm just having these brain farts. What's that one company? M1 Finance, right? So if you have an M1 portfolio, you can buy this shit yourself, except for some of these foreign companies you can't buy. Like, I don't think you can buy Samsung over there. I think you could buy Toyota. I think they have an ADR. So yeah, you could kind of just emulate the top 10 for the most part. Let's bring it back to the portfolio. The graph. Let's look at iDrive. IDRV. Not bad, not a bad decline. Everything is going down. This one's only down 9%. And DRIV looks similar. I don't know which one is performing. That's where you got to do your research. This one's down 12.5%. So this one's down more than the other one, the IDRIV. And then I guess Cathie Woods is the ARKQ. It's not necessarily dry, but it's industrial innovation. It's kind of got them same kind of holdings. And that one is down 22%. Correction mode for sure. So you said Tesla just short-term money grab for me. Musk is getting too goofy for me as a say. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can agree with you, I guess, but the only thing, he's been like that forever, and he became the world's richest man last year. I don't think he is now because the stock is tanking. But yeah, I don't have any faith in it. See, my thing is, yeah, he had a great head start. But now, I mean, companies like the Toyotas and the Ford, BMW, I think has got a nice one. Daimler, these guys make cars. This is what they do. So now that they basically going all in on the EV, I just don't think Tesla's going to be the shit anymore. I think they're going to do it better. I do feel that they're going to do it better. I know Elon got the jump, but all I got to do is follow what he's doing. I don't know what kind of patents he's got, but hey, you just got to make a car and have it run on lithium for the most part, batteries. So they all know how to do it. And I just think that they're going to come up and do it better. What's cool about the Tesla is that it's sleek. It's just slick. I mean, the air vents and the doors and the whole open it with the credit card kind of thing and the delivery process, they just did shit right. But the other companies see what's going on, they can beat it. Okay. Remember, also they got dealerships. So if Tesla started making dealerships, I think they got rid of them. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but even if so, there's not a lot of them, and the fixing process is a nightmare, from what I understand. But so you imagine if you get the Ford EV, say you get the Mustang, that Mustang one or whatever, just take it to your local Ford dealer, get it fixed. I think that's worth a lot to me to get it fixed here and not being shit. Where am I going to take this goddamn thing? You know what I mean? And or I hear there's people that have garages that work on Teslas, like their little side hustle. You can find one of these guys, and yeah, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I see out there. So I don't know. These guys, the real guys, the car makers, they're gonna have a support system and all of that. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think and other people feel more comfortable. It's just I don't know. We'll see. That's all I can say is we'll see, But Elon is a genius. Okay, I ain't taking nothing from that man. That man is a genius. All right, so it's just that we just in this copycat world, right? I mean, just like we make good cars, but then you got Toyota and Honda. I guess you could throw Honda in. These guys, they take our technology and they steal it, and then they make it even better. I think that's what these car makers now are going to do with the Tesla. They got it in their shop. They broke it down. They see it. They see how it works. Okay, now let's make us one. Anyway, oh man, that's how I feel. All right? So I guess that's it, man. Nobody's saying much. Let me pull up the my little FinViz charts again, see what's going on. So we got a little bounce going on, but here's something. Check this out. I like looking at this advanced decline line. This is for the NASDAQ, and I pull up the 5-minute. Yeah, and you can see how here's zero. Let me draw the zero line, right? And we bounced, we came down, we started up, came down, and then I'm like, oh boy, we kind of down 1,000 stock, basically advanced decline. 1,000 stocks are trading lower than they are advanced. I always get this confused. There's 1,000 stocks not ticking, that has to be the tick, declining more than there are stocks going up, if that makes any sense. So basically, it started, you can see the turnaround, right? So the advanced decline line is hot, is rising, but look, it's only at the zero mark right there. And that was at 11:30 noon. And then when it dropped, this is the part that gets me, that it dropped clear way below 2,000. And generally, when you below 2,000, it doesn't usually come up. It stays down there, okay? So it's like, if it were to bounce back, I don't know. It wants to stay down there, right? It just went down there in no time. So that part concerns me, makes me think that any kind of rally just needs to be sold. And I actually think that's what's going to happen. So that's why I was looking at this. I see the little bounce, but then I'm like, wait a minute, but the advanced decline line got slammed today. And it went as low as this 2,300. That is kind of low, because let me pull up the 4-hour. You could see, I could draw a line here. You could see there's not many times that it went that low, right? So just last couple weeks ago, what day was this? Yeah, the 25th, it went that low. We still declining. Over here, the October last year went that low, and then in September, so not many times. So it's pretty low. It's just bearish. But if I were to pull these locations up and compare them to the SPY or the Qs, it's probably a turnaround. So so basically, that's why I kind of look at this. You got to look at these extremes. When it gets so extreme, you almost got to bounce, right? That's what I'm looking at. So we'll see how the day closes. It's 3:00. I didn't realize it was 3:04. Damn. Okay. It's 3:04. Time is flying. Okay. It's 3:04, and we'll go ahead and what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, we just see what happens. I'm not going to be on. I won't be live for another 50 minutes. That's just too long. But we'll see if it's going to close on its low or bounce. I'm guessing it closes on its low. It's really nothing to be bullish about. Like, oh, you know, tomorrow's going to be a better day, especially depending on what the 10 years does. Let's pull up the TBT or even the TLT. Look at it's trading at its high for the day for the most part. And let's pull up the TLT, which should be at its lows. Yeah, it's trading at the lows. So I don't know. I just don't see it bouncing like, you know, where we just buy, unless, you know, we hit support. You know, there's always bounces. So I don't know. I just have a feeling on a day like this, it might want to close on its low, which is not good, because like I said, I like to stay bullish. I always think bullish, you know. I'm not good at putting on bearish trades. I should have put one on. Damn, I missed this opportunity though. The sign was there. I was so into, man, this VIX is gonna drop below 20. I know this is the time. Every time it got low, this is it. Because the more time it hits that support floor, the more chance of it is to break it and go lower. So we kept going down, hitting that 20, getting low. I think one time it even hit 19.7 or something like that. I'm like, that's it, we're breaking it, you know, and just waiting for that break where we break in good, and then maybe consider buying puts at that time. So here it is. If you're still listening, Mary. Powell says current policy appropriate, even as bond market in turmoil has caught the eye. And this is the whole reason that the market's going down, because the Fed's not worried about runaway inflation and doesn't back any concrete action to push longer-term interest rates lower. Now, generally, that headline, the market's going to be up 1,000 points. But since the bonds are just being sold, that's what makes the yield go up, right? Because you buy them, it goes down. It doesn't look like the market's thinking something different there. Stuff in your face, Chipotle partners on a burrito and guac inspired. Okay, why is that right there? Who cares? Yeah, so the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.549, 7.3 basis points back. Yeah, so you know, it's almost like a disconnect and a connect. Whatever the market was trading on before, vaccines, whatever, now it's just totally connected to this interest rate on this 10-year, and that's it. If it's down, the market's up. If that's up, the market's down. And I don't know how long it stays correlated to that. How long is it gonna just stay correlated to what the 10-year is doing? You know, so the whole market now is a bond. It's trading like a bond. That, you know, and I don't know how to, I don't know what to do, but just kind of make sure you just stay in the names you're most convicted in, and whatnot. And it sucks. It sucks losing money. You know, I'm down probably about 25%. So, which sucks. I am looking at Market Watch. This story right here. I don't know how it just popped up. I clicked some kind of link. And I'll share it in the description if you want to read that story. Yeah, it was on Market Watch. But that's the news. That's what had the market. So the market was, and by the way, I put on a bull put spread. I sold a put spread right just before that comment came out. Oh man. Yeah, just before that comment came out, I sold a bull put spread. And then the market dropped a couple hundred points. So that I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, because I actually thought the market was gonna bounce. I thought like here we was kind of doing our thing. We came, everything was looking good. We was up positive. We went down a positive. I snowflake went down 10%, went up 10%. I'm like, okay, we might have a little bounce here. The VIX also was coming down, was dropping. So I'm like, I'm gonna sell a put spread. And that news came out. I mean, 10 minutes after I sold that put spread. And then we had a decline like that. So, I mean, I'm still good. I sold it way out. I sold like the 13 Delta, but still, still. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. All right, y'all. So thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone. And damn, look at Tesla. See, I don't know if this is y'all can't even see that. We're gonna look at Tesla one more time before I go. A little bounce, and then because I just saw it was bright red, train down 5.75%. Just think Tesla at 615. I mean, the people that was really convicted, there's a lot of people that's all aboard Tesla. And it makes me go, just a little bit, because at 870 up in here, I actually thought it was going to 1,000. Anything that kind of gets in this area, 1,000, it's going to hit 1,000, then come down. You should be all in. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, 614. You was ready to buy at 900, right? So you get a huge discount there. People should be scooping a Tesla up, but they're not. It's still down hard on a day like today. So it's not even. Let me pull up the minute, 5 minute. Yeah, it's just for the most part. Just look at that. Look at the volume right here. So it's trying to find something. I think we're closer to the bottom or a bounce than not. The volume today is insane. So compared, look at it. I mean, look at the days. What's up with all of that? What's going on here? So I think that's a lot of buyers getting in, a lot of sellers selling to them, a lot more buyers coming in the game. So maybe there is going to be some kind of bounce. Maybe it's Cathie Woods buying more Tesla. Anyway, so kind of right there at support. So let's see if it bounces tomorrow. This could be it. This could be it. Who knows? All right, so that's it, y'all. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you just joined, because I seen a number go up a little bit, you're gonna have to catch the replay, man. So sorry about that, but I appreciate you joining anyway. Hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Hopefully you guys is making some money up or down. I don't talk about puts too much. I used to. They was losing trades for the last year. You put a put in the last 12 months, you lost. But not in the last week or two. You made some money. Dre Trades Instagram, Dre Trades Twitter. Mr. JRH, thanks for checking me out. Thanks for, you're always here, man. Appreciate you. Cashmatic, Global FM 247. You've been in here. I'm seeing your name a lot, so I appreciate you, man. The Jewelry Box. Oh, she just got the notification. Errol. I'm sorry, Errol. Totally missed your comment, man. Your investors were pulling out art because she was. I missed this comment as well, Mr. JRH, because she was in lots of stocks. That's true too. She's in the non-liquid stuff. I don't know. I mean, people don't want to. All right, think of it like this as well, though. Hold on. Wait a minute. Before I get on that, let me just look at the they want to crush ARK. They might. I don't know. They're gonna send the Wall Street Bets group on them. Let's crush it. It won't be good for the market though if it gets crushed. So that's what I was thinking. I'm actually like, man, is this good? Is it even being down 25% good for the market? Some of it, by the way, makes me think that that's the reason we going down. I don't think it's interest rates like that, because the market has time. You go back in history, you'll see where interest rates go up and the market was still up 20, 30, whatever percent. There's plenty of periods you can look at that see that correlation really doesn't hang tough like that. So, right now they say, oh yeah, the bonds, but I don't know. I don't know. Could just be time for a correction and they saying it's bonds. And sure, I'm sure it has something to do with it, but maybe, selling begets selling. So maybe this coming down, that's not, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Um yeah, with this coming down, you say to yourself, well, maybe it has something to do with this. So damn, that's an ugly drop. You got to remember you're in the hot fund, 27%. So just think, y'all. If you had $10,000 in there, well, 20, that means you got 75, 73%. You got 70, you got 7,300 now, right? So if you had $20,000 in there, you only got 14,600, so people got in it to make money. Remember she made like 100% or something, 130. But so when you're losing, when you're in it, okay, I'm in it, and you're losing your you was thinking you was going to make 100% on your money, probably because a lot of new investors out there, they're going to think, yeah, 100% last year, I'm going to make 100% this year, and then you're down 25%. You're selling. You see what I'm saying? And I think it's just more of that. I just don't think this particular ETF has the patience. No one wants to be down 25. I'm down 25%. I'm not even in it. So I guess if I compare myself to her, she's down 20. I'm like, okay, I guess that I shouldn't hang my head down too much. She's a, she's, a professional multi, just greatness. So so if mine is down that, I guess, I guess that's cool. But anyway, so people was expecting the smoothness, right? The smooth level of going up, and just, you don't have too much to worry about. Every time you get new money, you put it in, and then, boom, collapse. So, hey man, I'm down 28%. What? I'm getting my money out of there. Take my money out. So and you can see the volume, right? So maybe that's what it is, And if you sell off an ETF so much, do you have to sell the companies in it? Does ETFs trade like that? To where you like, oh man, shoot, I gotta sell some of this just to stay liquid, just to, get the money. And then the market starts seeing it, starts being in the paper. Kathy's selling Teslas, she's selling this and that and that. Now that selling begets more selling. You see what I'm saying? And maybe that starts something, So we saw well, that was the whole GameStop thing, Melvin Capital blowing up, kind of. And imagine she's next. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be a story? It's been a crazy 2020, that's for sure. So maybe something weird like that can happen. I hope not, though. You said ARK has a very high expect. Yeah, I think it's 0.75. And I think all of them. Yeah, you got AR. I think it's ARKK, ARKQ, ARKG, ARKF. Let's look at ARKF, because those, yeah, look at that. Look at that H pattern. Look at that, is just saying buy puts all in it. Anyway, down 22%. So this one is not as bad as the K. And this is the financial innovation, fintech. So you got the Square, the PayPal, eBay, all that crap in there. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna do. Yeah, but look at that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But you're definitely getting your discount. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I wanted to pull up Square, actually. And okay, let's see. I hate when I do that. Clear all of this stuff out. Yeah, that's down 20. Square's down 25%. See, I mean, that's a good buy. I think that's a good buy. 25% off. By the way, I told you I bought back my Peloton short strikes. PayPal down 25%, 20 from the high. And to do that, I sold my PayPal. So I basically sold PayPal to buy Peloton, which doesn't make me feel great, but I did it anyway. Actually, I did it down here. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I did it and I was great because Peloton, when I did it, it was on this drop right here. Peloton was trading at 98. Now it's trading at 103. So maybe that was the right move. I just had to, yeah. So that's good. That's a good sign for me. And look at that right there. So we're looking at a hot stock. And you can see that wick, right? Look at that bounce. So lots of volume there. So maybe this, it's still putting the lower highs and lower lows in, but maybe that's the low. So when it comes to see if that low holds and we could put in a higher low, and then maybe start a turn to the upside. I actually think this is a great buy. I remember when I was trading at 100. I've been talking about Peloton forever. And when it came out with that report, we basically zipped up to 150 damn near the blink of an eye. And so now we're back. Let me tell you something, man. Just because people's getting needles in there, they still gonna be buying them Pelotons. And that's been my whole conviction behind it. By the way, I went to my gym. I'm Planet Fitness. It's a new one. So Saturday was a nice day. Was it Saturday, I think? And I've never really seen it crowded because of COVID. But this gym was packed. This is the most packed I ever seen a Planet Fitness. So I was like, wow, they're going to the Planet Fitness. And I had bought some Planet Fitness, if you remember. You see, I even got the, it wound up being a great trade if y'all watched that video. See, there's the upside down head and shoulders. I bought it, and then it went up I bought it right there. I did it right after the video. I said, I'm doing a video. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy some of this. That's a strong pattern right there. And it was breaking out. So I'm going to get some of this. And sure enough, I think I bought the 90, 110 call spread. Anyway, I bought some kind of spread that goes up. And it was sure enough, it was breaking out, but now it's pulling back. Looks down 6% today. So is this going to be another one of those fake breakouts and just head lower like that? Hope not. I mean, people's going back to the gym. I saw it with my own eyes. That's Planet Fitness was packed. Generally, there was nobody up in there. So people was getting on memberships. And here's another thing with the gyms, with the Planet Fitness and Peloton. We've been home. A lot of people have been home all year with the kids. Getting fat, okay? Getting fat. So I know once it's over, people's going to want to get out and work out. That whole workout theme wants to go. Weight Watchers is probably another one. That Weight Watchers International, is it WWI? Or is it just WW? Yeah, that's it, WW. Yeah, look at that. That looks good too, right? Coming off the lows, put it in your lower lows and higher highs, right? It's about to do that higher high right here. Down 3.3% today. I think this is another one that you could actually get into. Look at the volume coming into. Matter of fact, that might be something I might have to sell something to buy Weight Watchers. I like the way that looks right there. So can y'all see that? No. See the volume coming in for the last? Yeah, look at that. Got your higher lows and higher highs. And this one, I got the wrong 2 on, but I see that breaking out and heading higher. We was getting fat. We're getting fat as a country, right? Everybody was home, and so they're gonna want to get out and work out and do all that stuff, And I like the gyms, this, and I still like Peloton, So anyway, you said that's why I'm bearish on Peloton. People going back. I just think I think there's room for everybody. I do. That's my position on it. But I get it. I get what you're saying. I just think there's room for both of them. I mean, that's an expensive. It's kind of like I said, Starbucks coffee. You don't have to pay $5 for that cup of coffee, but you do. when you could go right, most likely right across the street and go get that coffee for $1. Nah, I'll wait in this long line, get my $5 cup of coffee. I feel Peloton is in that same boat. Nah, I'm not gonna go to that $10 gym, $10 a month, or whatever monthly plan you got at another gym. I'm gonna ride my Peloton, and I'm gonna I got a relationship with the trainer person. I like working with her. It's interactive. It's something that you just don't get at the gym, and you pay up for it too. You pay up for it. So I think that's my kind of position on it. I'm not saying it's going to go back to 150 tomorrow or next week, but I just feel that it's room for everybody once they get their delivery, the logistics together, and getting these people their bikes. I mean, you even got people waiting forever to get these. That's not a good thing, but it shows you that there's patience and they want their Peloton. And I think that the people that have it already, I just don't think that they're gonna park it and get rid of the $40, whatever that prescription plan is, 40, whatever it is. I think you're gonna be like, man, I'm getting my money's worth out. If I had a Peloton, I'm like, okay, gym's open, I don't gotta sell it. I wouldn't think like that. I'm gonna think, I'm getting my money's worth out of this Peloton. I'm gonna be skinny. I'm getting my money's worth. So I think that's how I would be thinking. And then I'll go back to the gym and I'm like, this sucks. Look at all these nasty people. Look at these nasty people. I'm going back to my Peloton. Anyway, I don't know, but we will find out, right? So we will find out. Oh yeah, man, there's a lot of Peloton. I did look. I don't know if they have price though. It could be. I have no idea. But is it because they don't want to work out? Or is it because times is hard? You got to remember, it's almost 800,000 people a week hitting the unemployment line. So are they doing it because, and that's something I think we have to wait to find out too. Are they doing it because the gym is open, or are they doing it because they broke, right? And they're trying to figure out how to pay the next month's mortgage or rent. So I think we have a little bit of both of that going on, and only time will tell to see. See what's up. That's it. But that was good conversation, JRH. The WSB Wall Street. Okay, yeah, they do. She's like the female Elon Musk. Yeah, she's loved. Making everybody money and all that stuff. And, a believer in Tesla. They believe in Tesla. She's believed in Tesla from when it was nothing, saying numbers that was like when you thought she was crazy. Tesla's trading at 150. Yeah, the stock's going to 15,000. Right? I mean, you like, you watch these interviews like, what? They're going to be bankrupt. Look at it, just broke support. It's going down. I mean, these guys don't got no money. And she's like, no, I'm just going to do this and that. Be going to 15,000. Sure enough, you had all the splits. Let's say it was at 1,000 and what it split 5 for 1 or something. It was at 5,000. So even if she would have said 5,000, I mean, so she was getting laughed at. You can find those interviews on YouTube. When Tesla was way back then, and she was saying her 15,000 price target, and she still thinks it's going there. So that's why she's buying more, and it still may. I don't know, but you got to say she's right because everybody else was wrong. So hey, what's the next move? So she could be right, but the stock price is not showing that right now. So anyway, you said you never heard of her until she put a 4,000 price Tesla before the split. Yeah. You can go back to when Tesla was trading at like 200, 150. And I was in the ARK funds way back then. I was in it before anyone knew what the hell it was, because I wanted Tesla. And how I found her, I went to one of them ETF. I was like, I just want to be in whatever ETF that's out there that's got the most Tesla. That's how I'm going to play it. And that's when I found ARK. And this was way back when Tesla was 100 Matter of fact, I was in it way back in this era when it wasn't doing shit. Way back here. Let me see. I think in this era, somewhere in this area. And I got out because it was just doing nothing, you know. It's like, Anyway, that's when I didn't know who she was, but I knew of the fund. I didn't know who was running it. It's like, man, this fund got like 12% Tesla. That's how I'm playing Tesla. And then I started seeing her pop up on CNBC. And the reason why she was in those interviews is because she was like 12% Tesla. She did have like the ETF with the most Tesla in it. So, hey, they're like, why you got so much Tesla? You know what I mean? So anyway, they given her, she's giving her story. Her price tag was 15,000. In Tesla. So you can see, what is that, 2017? And oh my gosh, this is an ugly chart. Let me get rid of this shit. What is it? Yeah, get rid of no studies. No, there it is. Corporate actions. All right, so 2000. Yeah, so here Tesla was at, well, saying 69, 66. Well, 66 times 5, about 330 before the split. So it was like back in that area, in this area somewhere. Maybe it was 300, but it was going up and down, up and down here. This was $46 on the $35 low there, times 5, $175. Yeah, so maybe I was in it over here. Matter of fact, and this is where I bailed Tesla. I had 20, like 400 something options, 5, I can't remember, like 20 of them that expired somewhere maybe in 2020. And I bailed on all of those positions here. And oh my gosh, I would have been a millionaire. So I let $1 million go. But then I say to myself, I wouldn't have held that whole time. So maybe I wouldn't have been a millionaire. But I had to trade. Oh, I had the right trade on. Oh my gosh. Just needed to wait a little bit longer. Anyway, so yeah, that's how it went down. How it went down, and how she started making the rounds on networks because she owns so much Tesla. Supposedly, if y'all watch the Come Up series, I'm not big fans of them, but supposedly, what's his name? Mark Monroe. He's got an interview with her on March 11th, so on the Instagram. That's huge, I think. So that's interesting. Yeah, he's the real deal. If you get her on the show, March 11th, she's gonna be on the Come Up series. What's the expense ratio? I don't know. Back then, I didn't give an F because I was just like, I was so tired of trading Tesla, kind of like you. Didn't you say that earlier in the comments? I can't remember. You didn't say I'm going to play it through ARK. I can't remember if you said. I don't remember what you said. I'm telling you, my memory just shot. I was feeling the same way because Tesla was just up, down, and I was like, you know what? And this was even before fractional shares. So I'm like, except for M1, I think he was able to get it. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to buy this ARK. And it's got all this other shit in it that looks good. So I'm just going to do that. And it wasn't really performing. It wasn't performing for me. So I wanted to get, I can't remember what I bought or what I did. I think that's when I got into M1 and then it started kind of creating my own little mutual funds kind of thing, or ETFs. Yeah, I think that's when I got rid of it. And I owned it in the Robinhood account when I was on the road. And so that shows you it was 3 years. That's what I might have been back here then, because I didn't have a lot of time to kind of do what I do. So I was just kind of buying it in the Robinhood, I think, and doing it that way. But I know it wasn't appreciated. It wasn't all of that. I was like, man. And I was also in this Sensor Fund. It's called the Global Internet of Things. I was in this fund. I believed in the Internet of Things, right? And you could see it was a great thing to think about because it's looking good. I got out of this as well. The performance on here was shitty. Not now. Look, it's only down 10%. this still might be a good fun to get into. And let me go. I'm trying to go way back. I was in this way back when it was new here. I think in this area. It was going up. No, I think I was right in this area. Yeah, right in this area. And it just wasn't doing nothing. And then it tanked. And you see that tank right? That's when I bailed. I was like, man, this Internet of Things thing, nobody cares. Look at this thing's going down to zero. So I got out, and look, I got out at the time I should have been loading the boat. And you see what happens. So and I was in ARK at the same time, and I bailed somehow there. And I got into the stocks that they was holding as well. Some of the top dogs that they was holding. And so I remember that. Okay, yeah. If that's what you said? Yeah, I just got tired of the whole Tesla volatility. It's like I'm just gonna buy this fund, and there, I own Tesla. Okay. So yeah, anyway, let's just see if she can do her thing and recover. Look, I done talked for another 30 minutes. It looks like it's getting a little recovery. No, there it is. I don't know if it's going to close on its low. Yeah, maybe we got to bounce. Maybe we are going to do something with that. What time was that? With that 1 o'clock bounce. Advanced decline is now 18. Okay. And maybe we got out of that 2000 area. Right? So there was the 2 o'clock low, and well, you never know. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. So thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, good talk, Mr. JRH. And I'll be back tomorrow or whatever. Hopefully we can turn around, because I'm telling you, I'm bleeding. I ain't gonna lie. Oh man, and I like markets that's going up. All right, so I'll talk to you guys later. Dre Trades, Instagram, Twitter, you know the deal. All right, see y'all.